And it's fair to say Donald Trump has his work cut out for him. He needs to win over a lot of voters to take the White House. Massachusetts Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren, she's already throwing grenades at Trump. Here's a sample. Here's what else is real. Donald Trump has built his campaign on racism, sexism, and xenophobia. And this tweet, there's more enthusiasm for Donald Trump among leaders of the KKK than leaders of the political party he now controls. Now, some suggest Senator Warren is angling to be Secretary Clinton's nominee for vice president, but what about Trump? Who's he going to pick? Well, so far, Trump has only said it will be, quote, experienced politician. The on-the-record political panels here from the Boston Globe, Matt Pfizer, from the Washington Times, Stephen Dinan. So, Stephen, first to you, obviously, Speaker Gingrich is one of these experienced people. But anyway, who do you suggest?
So, look, the vice presidential nomination is something that a candidate uses to solve a political problem he has at a particular time in the campaign. So what Donald Trump chooses will end up being something he has to choose at that moment. But given what he said, there are some people he's probably going to take a look at. One of those is Governor Martinez of New Mexico, a Hispanic woman who obviously checks off a lot of boxes that would be very helpful to him. One of those could be Governor Rick Scott of Florida, who obviously comes from Florida, has a very Trump-like approach to politics. There's probably a good mesh there. And I got to think that he'll take a look at Governor Christie in particular. You know, the support that Christie gave him, being the first of these major opponents to come back and endorse him after he dropped out of the election, standing by his side literally in all these races, all these events. There's probably, he deserves something from Trump.
Matt?
I agree with Stephen on Governor Martinez. I think she solves two problems for Trump, reaching out to Hispanics and also women, which is very important for him to sort of shore up. The other, Senator Jeff Sessions, you know, he's been sort of a confidant of Trump's, the only senator, the first senator to endorse Trump, has foreign policy experience. Immigration would sort of be front and center. And then Speaker Gingrich, as we just mentioned, you know, has been sort of advising Trump a little bit along the way, giving him sort of sometimes blunt advice, which you may want from a vice presidential pick. Has experience taken on the Clintons and has run in this stuff before.
All right, I have two thoughts. I might as well play this game as well. One is no one's talking about, at least yet, except I think the New York Times actually mentioned Governor Mary Fallin of Oklahoma. She's a woman, she's a governor, and she also served in Congress. And, of course, that's so important, you know, is that they have the political experience. The other is, tonight he's licking his wounds, but Governor John Kasich. I mean, the Republicans, if they want to win the White House, they've got to have Ohio. And tonight it doesn't look like Governor Kasich is, but
the only problem with Governor Kasich is that the two big things that Trump is going to run on, immigration and trade, he disagrees with Governor Kasich on. So it would require a lot of swallowing on the governor's part.
And Medicaid expansion of Obamacare. Sure.
So there are a lot of issues. If Trump's going to run on that sort of economic message.
You know what you say about that? You say, I want to get someone who I don't completely agree with so that I can have an honest, good debate in the Oval Office.
Team of rivals.
Team of rivals.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to whether Trump, how much Trump feels like he needs to unite the party. How much does he feel like he needs to pick one of his rivals, the people who he was clashing with? You know, is there a Cruz or a Rubio or somebody that the establishment would feel a lot better about? And that would lend itself to a Kasich or maybe a Rubio.
Well, it's going to be exciting to watch on both parties. Panel, thank you both.
Thank you.
And viewers, who do you think will be Donald Trump's VP pick? Post your guess on my Facebook page. And Greta spelled with one T. Just kidding. Go to facebook.com/Greta.